Welcome to my channel. I am Sanjana. In this tutorial, I am going to tell you how to make realistic portraits. This tutorial is the continuation of the previous tutorial. In the previous tutorial, I explained how I draw the outline of an image. If you wish to, you can have a glance at it. I have provided the video link in the description box. Now let's get straight into the video. The first step is to lighten the outline. I had the outline drawn already. Now I am gently dabbing my eraser on it to make it lighter. I do this because if the outline shows up too much, the drawing is not going to look realistic. So you should make certain that the outline is visible to some extent so you won't exceed the boundary. Before we start to draw, let me show you the pencils I will use in this video. An HB pencil, a 4B pencil, a 6B pencil and an 8B pencil, all of Apsara brand. You see that the 8B pencil is too blunt, but I just can't sharpen it anymore. I prefer to start my drawing from top to bottom. The reason is graphite has a tendency to stick to our hand, and because of that, the quality of our drawing may reduce. To prevent this, I recommend keeping a clean piece of paper under your hand while drawing. For realistic hair, fill in the outline using directional strokes layer by layer. Make the strokes tight and most importantly, be patient. Always start your drawing from the lightest value with an HB or 2B pencil and then build layers. This will make it easy for you to preserve the highlights and give depth to your drawing. Building layers is a very effective step that can bring a tremendous change in your drawing. At this point, I am using a cotton bud to blend and give a soft look to the hair as it is in the reference photo. Then move on to the second layer. This time, make it darker than before. Use a 4B or 6B pencil. I make use of this tiny eraser at the back of this mechanical pencil to give highlights. Just like that, continue to build layers. Hatching tops the list of most frequently used shading techniques, I'd say. Hatching consists of a series of lines that go in one general direction. Hatching must be done gently. Pressure shouldn't be exerted. I usually hatch and blend for realism, gradually building layers. Now, there is a question. Why should we build layers and include a wide range of values? It is because our eyes depend on light and shadow to define form. Thus, it is important to amplify the values of contrast. Speaking of contrast, there are three tones, namely light tone, mid-tone, and dark tone. For a light tone, we can use HB and 2B pencils. For a mid-tone, use 4B and 6B pencils, and for a dark tone, an 8B pencil will do. It is important to use a good range of values in your drawings. It adds depth and gives life to your drawing. If the drawing exhibits a narrow range of value, then it will look flat. This is one of the most common beginner mistakes. Understanding the concept of contrast will help you improve your drawings. Drawing an eyebrow is nearly as same as drawing hair. I employ stroke method for the eyebrows too. As you can see, I am building all these layers slowly. Patience has a very big impact on your drawings. When it comes to a realistic shading, the blending technique matters too. There are a variety of blending tools. I am going to illustrate the difference between three of them. When I blend with my finger, a few pencil marks are left behind, giving more of a rough texture. A lot of beginners use their fingers for blending, but it's not really a good method and I don't really recommend it. A cotton bud blends the pencil marks, giving a partially smooth texture, while a cotton cloth blends the pencil marks, giving a smooth texture. I use cotton bud and cloth frequently for blending. Some other commonly used blending tools are blending stumps and tissue papers. You can decide which blending tool to use depending on two categories, the desired texture and the workspace. For example, I would like to draw the eyelid. My desired skin texture is smooth, so I choose to use a tissue. But the workspace is little, so I am better off the cotton bud since it requires a little space to work. Sometimes the outline we begin with changes dramatically right through the entire drawing process, which at the end gives a complete different look. To stay on track, build layers cautiously. While building layers, it is essential to go dark. Most of the beginners stick to light and mid-tones. That is, their drawings show highlights and shadows, but not dark shadows. Adding darker value means adding that 3D effect to your drawing. Using 8B pencil and adding darker value is definitely a fantastic way to upgrade your drawings. Highlights are as important as dark shadows in a drawing. The area facing and struck by the light is called the highlight of an object. The lightest highlight you can get is the white of your paper. The 3D effect can be brought only by a wide range of values. We shouldn't leave the forehead, cheeks and chin unshaded. Generally, I use either circlism or hatching for realistic skin. Using a combination of both the methods will add more detail to the skin texture. The idea of circlism is to draw many circles that overlap each other, building tone with each added layer. Once you finish drawing the face, move on with other parts of the drawing. For drawing fabric, you can use a variety of methods like hatching, circlism, and occasionally contour shading depending upon the required texture. Understanding how light falls on an object will help you a lot to shade dress and other objects. Rarely, I use whitener to give highlight. If you like this tutorial, hit the like button, share and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.